You also said in the past you'd like to fight Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, look, he's not the biggest of the heavyweights. He is some fighter. I mean, that's
definitely. Respectfully, I would love to share the ring with him.
Yeah,
he was, when I fought here in London Olympic Games, he won the division that I was in. I've always been close to the top. You know what I mean? I've always been just in the dark corners and just scratching and clawing, waiting for my opportunities, like I said. So, I would respectfully love to fight a fighter like that, and I feel like I do have the style to beat him.
You were 16, weren't you, when you fought in the Olympics? Adam Catron was
I actually was 17. I qualified at 16, and then turned 17 about 3 or 4 weeks just before we competed.
And finally, Adam Catron was telling us.
And those are the words of Jai Opetaia as he respectfully calls out Oleksandr Usyk. And let me counterpunch. It's crazy to see where people started from. Like he said, he was 16 years old, and he's seen a man in his weight division dominate the division, and his name was Oleksandr Usyk. Now he is, needless to say, the heavyweight unified champion. And I like the approach of Jai Opetaia, me counterpunching his statement on his style. I think that's the right way to approach. I think that's the right response, and I think it's the right attitude. Because, if you come in arrogant or cocky, normally, karma bites you in the ass. Okay? It does. I mean, it's like, unless you're just this dazzling person that can do what most people that succeeded did not start off cocky or arrogant. Mostly they got beat when they got more cocky or too arrogant. Like Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't like cocky and arrogant when he beat Hernandez. Neither was Roy Jones. Those guys had to build that charisma and that confidence to be cocky and to be arrogant and to be whatever, but they were great fighters. Jai Opetaia is an undefeated fighter that would love to take on Oleksandr Usyk, and with the style that he has. He is a fast person. He has good footwork, and he has fast hands, and he has the youth behind him. That's always a plus dealing with someone like Usyk, someone that is on his way out and getting older, a lot older at 37 years of age, even though he keeps himself in supreme shape to stay durable and ready and active and competent to fight these guys at a certain level. But Jai Opetaia, can he beat Oleksandr Usyk? Maybe if the opportunity presented itself, if Usyk stayed around, yeah, I think that, along with youth, along with father time, can come together. Jai Opetaia, Oleksandr Usyk can come together and make a pretty interesting fight. And it could be that Oleksandr Usyk could lose to somebody like Jai Opetaia, given the time frame. Okay, it has to be the right time. Like Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya loves to wait out fighters. That's why he has his fighters wait out another fighter, like remember Triple G and Canelo. He did not want that fight until that fight looked beatable or doable for Canelo. Therefore, it didn't happen. The narrative changed from 16 to 17. Like, oh, I'm not a middleweight, but you got the middleweight belt. So he gave up the belt, until Triple G fought Danny Jacobs. Then they were all of a sudden ready. Estoy listo para lo que sea. I'm ready for anything. So, yeah, so it could come together like that. I wouldn't recommend it because I don't like the waiting game, because that's a promoter's tactic, okay? And Oscar De La Hoya knows a lot about that, But I do think Jai Opetaia gives Oleksandr Usyk problems. Could he beat him now? Probably not now, but maybe next year. Definitely the year after. That would be one of those doable, winnable fights for Jai Opetaia. But you guys tell me what you think of Jai Opetaia, who's calling out respectfully Oleksandr Usyk for a particular fight. He thinks he has the style to beat him. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!